Tried something a bit different with my football trading recently. It might sound a bit controversial, but I decided to completely skip my usual trading research routine. Instead, I followed the selections from one of Gold Profit's very own professional football traders, Kevin Laverick. It almost felt like cheating, having a seasoned pro do all the hard work for me, but how did it actually turn out? For those who don't already know, Kevin shares his recommended trades inside the Gold Profits community forum. He's been trading football professionally for many years now, so I knew that his selection process was going to be solid. On the Saturday, I loaded Kevin's picks up into the live stats module. I colour-coded them so I knew which were first half trades and which were second half. This would make it easy for me to check the in-play stats later and decide which trades to get involved with. That was all I needed to do to get set up, so I'd come back later for some trading. This was my first trade of the day with an early kick-off. It was 35 minutes into the first half and the stats were looking fairly good. Doncaster had 4 shots on target and 6 shots in total. It had gone a bit quiet in the past 10 minutes, but I felt that the stats were good enough to enter the trade. With Doncaster looking the most likely to score, I went for a lay the draw trade in the half-time market, rather than just backing over 0.5 half-time goals. This way I could get in at slightly lower odds and give myself the chance of a higher return if they scored. As it happened, Grimsby scored first in the 38th minute. With it being late into the first half, I was able to green up for a decent profit even though the underdog had scored first. Unfortunately, the rest of the day turned out to be a bit of a trader's nightmare. There was a problem with not only Betfair, but some of the other betting exchanges too. Some markets had been completely suspended and some were on and off every few minutes. With the ongoing Betfair issues, for this trade I decided to back over 0.5 half-time goals so that I wouldn't have to worry about any trading if the market was suspended. The stats had shown shots for both sides and it looked like either team could score first. I went in with a small stake of £5 as I had originally planned to get involved with the Wigan versus Stockport match too. When I checked afterwards, Betfair had suspended that market, but I wasn't sure if it was a temporary thing or not at that stage. Anyway, my bet was matched at odds of 3.05 and there was a quick goal in the 40th minute to make it a winner. It was a bit tricky navigating the Betfair issues at times, but I managed to bank a decent profit by playing it safe. On the Sunday, the exchange issues seemed to have been resolved. Good news. Again, I loaded up Kevin's selections for the day into the live stats module and came back later for the first kick-off. Several of the matches had had goals that had come too early for my trades, and the Danish game was postponed due to a frozen pitch. The Fiorentina match had had really poor in-play stats, so I decided not to bother with that trade. So I ended up with 2 trades out of the 6 fixtures Kevin had posted. I actually got a bit distracted and got in slightly late in this trade. I went in with half a point, which was £10, and I backed over 0.5 half-time goals at odds of 5.75. There was still 5 minutes or so left of the first half, plus added time, so plenty of time for a goal. The home team scored in the 45th minute, which gave me a nice profit. This was a Gold Profits second half strategy that required at least 1 goal, but unfortunately the match ended 0-0, so it was a £10 loss here. I apologise for the lack of in-play stats and Betfair screens for this trade. I ended up having some family commitments, so I traded both these matches on my phone. So it turned out to be a great weekend of trading, despite the technical issues. My total profit for the weekend was £62.07 or 3.1 points. I thought it might be useful to see how Kevin's trades played out, to see if I could learn anything from them. Kevin's been sharing his trading advice on Gold Profits for many years now, so I kind of had a good idea of his trading style. I often take a similar approach, delaying my entry into trades. This means that returns can be higher for my winning trades, but it does mean missing out on some trades too when there are early goals. So I found for the most part I entered the same trades that Kevin did, but my results were mainly different because of the staking. Kevin made 0.6 points profit on each day for a total of 1.2 points profit. The reason for this was Kevin often used smaller stakes than me, sometimes only risking 0.2 points on a trade. Staking is one of the trickier concepts when it comes to trading, but it's one of those things that gets easier with experience. Bank management is one of the most important things, and it's covered in detail in the Gold Profits Academy. If you're new to football trading, you could always try paper trading first. Instead of risking real money, simply track the matches as if you were trading, note down the moves you would make and then review your results afterwards. It's important to note that everybody develops their own style of trading, so you don't need to trade exactly the same as someone else to be successful. There's no doubt that following Kevin's selections is a great way to learn. Whether you're new to football trading or if you're more experienced, this kind of insight is invaluable. Personally, I enjoy the research side, looking for trends and spotting opportunities, building my own trading plans. There's loads of other cool stuff in the forum too that I'll quickly mention, like Tim's diary where you can follow a professional trader's journey, and then there's Stocky's Corner where ex-professional footballer Brian Stock posts his weekly stats packs. At the end of the day, it's all down to finding a trading style that suits you. The key is to keep learning, adapting and improving. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer to follow someone else's picks or do you like to find your own trading opportunities? If you want to start trading football today with the most successful community around, head over to Goal Profits. If you haven't been a member before, get 20% off with the code YouTube. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.